What if I told you that everything you think you know about intelligence is wrong? Picture this. A janitor at MIT solves mathematical theorems that stump Harvard professors. A dyslexic entrepreneur builds a billion-dollar empire. A high school dropout revolutionizes technology, while straight-A students struggle to find jobs. These aren't Hollywood fairy tales, folks. These are real stories that shatter our deepest assumptions about what it means to be intelligent. And by the time we're done here today, you're going to discover something that will change how you see yourself forever. Because here's the shocking truth. That traditional IQ test sitting on your phone right now, the one millions take every day hoping to validate their worth, it's measuring less than 10% of your actual intelligence. And I'm about to prove it to you. The myth that's holding you back. Let me ask you something personal. Have you ever felt stupid because you couldn't solve a math problem quickly? Or maybe you've questioned your intelligence because you learned differently than others. If you're nodding right now, you're not alone. Millions of people carry this invisible wound, this belief that they're not smart enough. Because we've been measuring intelligence all wrong for over a century. Here's what they don't teach you in school. The first IQ test was created in 1904 by Alfred Binet, not to rank people's worth, but to identify French students who needed extra help. It was never meant to define human intelligence. Yet somehow, this narrow measurement became the golden standard, crushing dreams and limiting potential across generations. But science has exploded this myth wide open. Dr. Howard Gardner at Harvard discovered something that changes everything. There are at least 8 different types of intelligence. 8. And you're probably a genius in ways you've never even considered. Listen to these jaw-dropping real stories. Richard Branson, dyslexic, struggled in traditional school. But his spatial and interpersonal intelligence built the Virgin Empire worth $4 billion. His brain processes information differently, giving him entrepreneurial superpowers that smart kids never developed. Temple Grandin, autistic, thinks in pictures instead of words. Her visual spatial intelligence revolutionized animal welfare and agriculture. She sees solutions that neurotypical engineers miss completely. Oprah Winfrey, born into poverty, struggled academically, but her emotional and linguistic intelligence connected with millions. She didn't just succeed despite her background. She succeeded because of how her unique brain processes human emotion and communication. You see, every single one of these people would have been labeled below average by traditional IQ standards. But they possessed forms of intelligence that tests completely ignore. So what type of genius are you? Let's explore the 8 intelligences that could be your secret superpowers. Linguistic intelligence. Maybe you're the person who always knows the right thing to say. You play with words, love stories, remember conversations word for word. Writers, lawyers, teachers, comedians, they're linguistic geniuses. Logical mathematical intelligence. Yes, this is what traditional IQ tests measure. But it's just one piece of the puzzle. Engineers, scientists, programmers thrive here. Spatial intelligence. Do you think in pictures? Navigate without GPS? Rearrange furniture in your mind? Architects, surgeons, pilots, and artists live in this visual world. Musical intelligence. Can you hear rhythms others miss? Remember lyrics forever? Feel emotions through melody? You're processing sound patterns in ways that most brains simply can't. Bodily kinesthetic intelligence. Athletes, dancers, surgeons, craftspeople. They think through movement. Their bodies are their brains in ways that sitting still society never recognizes. Interpersonal intelligence. You read people like books. You know what others need before they do. Sales professionals, therapists, leaders, parents. You understand human nature at a genius level. Intrapersonal intelligence. You know yourself deeply. You understand your emotions, motivations, strengths. This self-awareness is the foundation of all personal growth and achievement. Naturalist intelligence. You see patterns in nature. Understand living systems. Connect with the environment. Farmers, veterinarians, conservationists, chefs who create with natural ingredients. You think like Earth itself. Now here's what's absolutely incredible. Most people are strong in 2 to 3 of these areas and have the potential to develop others. You're not lacking intelligence. You're just looking for it in the wrong places. Recent brain imaging studies reveal something that will blow your mind. When Dr. Arne Dietrich studied creative problem solving, he discovered that breakthrough moments happen when multiple brain networks activate simultaneously, not just the logical centers. Neuroscience research shows that our brains automatically fulfill lower levels of mastery on the way to higher levels. with better retrieval techniques involving higher cognitive load. This means your brain is constantly building intelligence in the background. The Japanese concept of kaizen, continuous small improvements, actually rewires your neural pathways. Every time you practice any skill, you're not just getting better at that skill, you're making your entire brain more intelligent. This means that kid who was told they're not good at math, their brain is perfectly capable of mathematical thinking. It just needs to find its unique pathway. Maybe through music, mathematical patterns, sports, physics and geometry, or cooking, measurements and ratios. Let me share Sarah's story. Sarah was 34, a struggling single mom who'd dropped out of high school. She believed she was stupid because she couldn't pass standardized tests. But Sarah had something extraordinary. She could look at any space and instantly know how to organize it for maximum efficiency. Hotels, offices, homes, she saw solutions that professional organizers missed. When Sarah finally understood that her spatial intelligence was genius level, everything changed. She started an organizing business that now employs 12 people and generates $300,000 annually. Her learning disability? It became her greatest strength. Or consider Marcus, a construction worker who felt ashamed because he couldn't write well. But Marcus could troubleshoot any mechanical problem by feeling the machine's vibrations. His kinesthetic intelligence saved companies millions in equipment failures. These aren't special exceptions. They're examples of what happens when people discover their true intellectual strengths, instead of measuring themselves by someone else's ruler. Now, traditional IQ tests aren't completely useless. They measure specific logical skills. But using only IQ to measure intelligence is like judging a football team based only on how fast they can run. So here's what I want you to do. Instead of asking, "Am I smart enough?" start asking, "How am I smart?" This single question shift will transform your entire relationship with learning and growth. Try these intelligence discovery exercises. For linguistic intelligence, start a journal. Write for 10 minutes daily about anything. Notice how words flow or struggle. Do you think in sentences or phrases? For spatial intelligence, rearrange a room mentally before moving anything. Draw your daily route from memory. Work on puzzles or play Tetris. For musical intelligence, listen to complex music and try to identify different instruments. Notice how rhythm affects your mood and energy. For interpersonal intelligence, practice reading body language. Notice emotional patterns in conversations. Help others solve problems. What you'll discover is that your brain lights up in certain areas. That excitement, that ease, that natural flow, that's your intelligence speaking. As Einstein said, the world as we have created it is a process of our thinking. It cannot be changed without changing our thinking. We're living through an intelligence revolution that's redefining human potential. AI can process information faster than any human brain, but it can't replicate emotional intelligence, creative problem solving, or the intuitive leaps that define human genius. Your unique combination of intelligences is your competitive advantage in an AI world. Companies like Google, Apple, and Microsoft are desperately seeking people with high emotional intelligence, creative problem-solving abilities, and spatial thinking skills. The future belongs to those who understand their cognitive strengths. This isn't just about career success. It's about recognizing your inherent worth and potential. Every person has intellectual gifts that the world desperately needs. Here's your roadmap to discovering and developing your true intelligence. Week 1 to 2, Discovery Phase. Take honest inventory of activities that energize versus drain you. Notice when you're in flow state. Time disappears, everything clicks. Ask trusted friends what intellectual strengths they see in you. Week 3 to 4, Experimentation Phase. Try learning through different modalities: visual, auditory, kinesthetic, social. Take on challenges in your suspected strength areas. Document what works and what doesn't. Month 2 to 3, Development Phase. Deliberately practice your strongest intelligence type. Find communities of people with similar strengths. Look for ways to apply these strengths professionally or personally. Ongoing, Integration Phase. Use your strongest intelligences to support weaker areas. Teach others using your natural intellectual strengths. Continuously challenge yourself within your genius zones. Remember, intelligence isn't fixed. It's not something you have or don't have. It's something you develop. Every day, every challenge, every new experience is an opportunity to grow your cognitive abilities. Here's what successful people know that average people don't. Success isn't about being the smartest person in the room. It's about knowing what kind of smart you are and leveraging it relentlessly. Stop trying to be good at everything. Stop measuring yourself by other people's strengths. Start asking, what does my brain do naturally that creates value for others? If you're spatially intelligent, don't force yourself into accounting. Explore architecture, interior design, surgery, or engineering. If you're interpersonally gifted, don't hide behind computers. Become a leader, counselor, salesperson, or teacher. The world doesn't need another mediocre generalist. The world needs you operating at genius level in your areas of natural strength. For too long, too many people have lived in an intelligence prison, believing they're not smart enough, because they couldn't fit into someone else's narrow definition of intelligence. But today, right now, I want you to feel the weight of that prison door swinging open. You are intelligent. You've always been intelligent. You just haven't been measuring the right things. Your dyslexia might be visual spatial genius in disguise. Your ADHD might be multimodal processing power. Your social awkwardness might be intrapersonal intelligence focused inward instead of outward. It's time for an intelligence revolution, not just in society, but in your life. Stop apologizing for how your brain works. Start celebrating it. Start leveraging it. Start dominating with it. So where do you go from here? How do you turn this revelation into real-world results? Step 1. Reframe your story. Stop saying, I'm not smart. Start saying, I'm smart in ways I'm still discovering. Step 2. Identify your intelligence profile. Spend serious time figuring out your top 2 to 3 intelligence types. This is life-changing work. Step 3. Align your life. Look at your job, relationships, hobbies, goals. Are you honoring your intellectual strengths or fighting against them? Step 4. Develop your gifts. Once you know your strengths, become obsessed with developing them. Genius is built, not born. Step 5. Share your discoveries. The world needs your unique form of intelligence. Don't keep it hidden. Remember, every expert was once a beginner. Every genius was once told they weren't smart enough. The difference is they discovered their unique intelligence type and refused to give up. I'm going to leave you with a challenge that could transform your entire life. For the next 30 days, I want you to operate from this new understanding of intelligence. Stop measuring yourself by traditional standards. Stop comparing your weaknesses to other people's strengths. Instead, spend every single day asking, how can I use my natural intellectual gifts to create value today? Then act on the answer. Share your intelligence discoveries in the comments below. Tell us, what type of intelligence resonates most with you? What intellectual strengths have you been undervaluing? How will you start leveraging your cognitive gifts differently? Use the hashtags Intelligence Revolution and Cognitive Genius so others can find and support your journey. Your brain is a masterpiece, not because it's perfect, but because it's uniquely yours. Stop trying to be someone else's version of intelligent. The world is waiting for your version of genius. This is your invitation to join the intelligence revolution. Your mind is more powerful than you've ever imagined. It's time to prove it, to yourself and to the world. If this message resonated with you, if you feel that spark of recognition, that finally someone gets it feeling, hit that like button, subscribe for more life-changing content, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Remember, you're not behind, you're not broken, and you're definitely not smart enough. You're just getting started on discovering the incredible intelligence you've had all along. Until next time, keep exploring, keep growing, and keep celebrating the brilliant, unique mind that is yours. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future, so make sure to subscribe to see them.